Good morning. So yesterday we arrived here in San Pedro and we got some rest and went around the city center to get to know a little bit, have some dinner. But the real adventure starts today. We are now in the Valle de la Luna. We had just entered the park. So for your information, now in March 2025, the entrance costs 10,000 pesos, 10,800 pesos, and you can buy it here and pay by card, or you can buy it online. If I can give you a small tip, is that when you are on the web page that you select Chilean pesos, because if you select dollar, it's a little bit more expensive, so pay in pesos. And anyway, here you can pay with your card in pesos, and they give you a map with some instructions of the park. We are gonna start this now. There are four viewing points according to the receptionist, and yeah, let's head to the first.
Our first walk here today is to the Duna Mayor, the big dune, which you can see here on the right side. Yeah, it's a very big sand dune, and on the left side here you can see kind of a small mountain. When you go closer, you can see that there's also a lot of salt. So it's very easy to remove this, and as you can see here, it's salt. It's very interesting. It's very hot, that I can tell you, and since the air here is a bit thinner, because we are on I don't know, 2,400 meters above sea level, it's not so easy to walk here. I mean, it's not super difficult, but it's also not like a walk on sea level.
Yeah, the trail is easy, but you can feel the air is a little bit more difficult to breathe.
Okay, so now it seems like we have to decide Mirador 1 or Mirador 2. Leti, which viewpoint shall we visit now?
I think we can go to the number 1, and from there we can walk to the number 2.
Okay. Yes, there we have to go. While we are walking here, I can tell you a little bit about yesterday night. So we got up at 3 3:30 a.m. at the night because there was a blood moon. Blood moon, that means that there was an eclipse and the moon was completely covered by the earth and was shining red. So we could see this, and due to the fact that the moon was more dark than it would be just shining, we could also see a lot of stars. We could even see the Milky Way at night. So we were very happy to see this, because before we were a little bit sad that we were not be able to see the Milky Way because of the full moon. And when there's full moon, it's very light and it's difficult to see the stars. But due to the fact that there was an eclipse, we could see a lot of stars, and yeah, we were very happy about that.
We have arrived now to the first mirador, first viewing point, and it took us exactly 25 minutes of walk. The trail was okay, but you really feel the altitude when you try to breathe and you feel more tired, or what do you think?
Yes, it's more hard than a usual walk on zero level. So yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah, so as we mentioned before, the trail is pretty fine. There's not so big climbs, it's not so steep. In some parts we thought maybe it would be easier if we had hiking shoes, but we are here with our usual daily shoes and it's working fine.
By the way, at the beginning I was wrong, because this here of course is the Duna Major, which is quite impressive and much more big than the dune at the beginning. And now we are walking on the top of a hill, and as you can see here or there, it's pretty high, and yeah. We should be careful not to fall down. We are now heading to the second mirador, to the second viewpoint, and this valley is absolutely breathtaking. I've never seen something like that before, but you really have to be very careful to walk here, because as you can see on the left side of the way, it goes down very steeply, and it's, I don't know, hundreds of meters. And another thing I would recommend, bring your sun protection 50 plus, because the sun is burning. I can tell you. I don't know if you can see it on the camera on the video, but over there's also a volcano. So yeah, also volcanoes in the area, and yeah, you cannot compare this place to anywhere in the world, I think. Here you can see the second viewpoint. Here more sand, more salt, and now we are going down here back to the car. And all in all, I would say if you stop a lot, if you make some pictures, it takes around 1 hour for the first walk.
Yeah, in the entrance of the park, as I said, we were given a map, and in this map the receptionist also marked the estimated time for each stop in every mirador. And she mentioned, of course, it depends on you, if you want to go in only one viewpoint in the stops or in two, and how far you go if you stop more. So yeah, I think we are now close to 1 hour and we are already going down. Let's go to the next one.
Yes, let's go to the next viewpoint. And as you can see here, the soil can also be very sandy. it's not very dangerous to walk here in the sand, I would say. Only before at the cliffs it feels a little bit unsafe, but if you take care, nothing will happen. Okay, so let's make a small test. Before I test it if there's a big echo, because it's a valley and there's nothing in between that can disturb sound. So let's try if you can hear it on the video. Hello! Quite impressive, isn't it?
Moving on in our tour here inside the Valle de la Luna, we came to the last stop, the Tres Marias, Three Marys, which are this geological formation that you can see here behind me. Yeah, so to be honest, I don't know very well how to explain this, but on the map that we get in the entrance of the park, there's a detailed information about every one of the stops, so there you can find more things. But what I can say that this is really different, and the surroundings are also really special.
Since we are in the middle of the salt desert, there were also salt mines. And here we can see probably the houses from the workers that worked in this salt mine. Let's enter one of these houses. I think this must have been a pretty tough job to work here in the desert. No water, a lot of sun, no real infrastructure around, so not an easy job, I guess. And even nowadays, in Chile, there's a lot of mining. We could see this when we came here by car. There were a lot of cars from mining companies, and of course nowadays they have modern machines, and it's quite easier to work in a mine.
I wouldn't say that now it's an easy job. I really don't know how it is nowadays, but of course the technology has improved a lot. But yes, having said, we saw on the way from Calama Airport to San Pedro many cars from mining companies, many camping sites for the workers. So this is still a big thing in Chile, and actually is a big part of their economy.
Yes, shadow. We are walking now through Achaches. That's how the walk here is called. And as you can see here, this looks really like the moon, or how I imagine the moon would look like. Super crazy. Hi. And now we got interrupted. No problem. Just see how the valley looks like. It's just breathtaking and super special.
Good morning. Here we are one more day in Atacama. Today we came to visit the Lagunas Baltinache, which until last week were closed for visitors. So they recently reopened, and the girl from our hotel said we should enjoy this opportunity because we don't know if they will soon close again. And yeah, it was a 45 kilometers drive from the city center, and I would say the last 8 kilometers were quite tough, but since we have a SUV car, it was okay to arrive here. But I can imagine that with a smaller car, although we just saw a smaller car here, so we don't know how they did.
Yeah, I would never go here without a big car, because even with this car it was quite tough. There were pretty big holes in the streets, so I'm happy that we came with this beautiful beautiful Mitsubishi here. And or is it a Mitsubishi? I don't know.
Yes.
And yeah, now we will enjoy the lakes. First of all, we will just walk through some smaller lakes and take some pictures, and later on we will swim and maybe also float in the lake. Let's see. I'm looking forward.
So a little bit more about the park here. We paid 12,000 pesos per person to enter, and here you will find 7 lagoons. There's only one where you can swim, actually float in. The other ones, I don't know the reason, but they are closed at the moment. And we just saw the first lagoon, and this is how the walk for the other lagoons look like. You can.
We are basically walking on salt, so all paths here are salt, and it's a very interesting experience.
Yeah, I don't know if it's visible on the camera, but how the soil looks like, it's really something that I have never seen before. And that part, the darker ones that are not salt, I believe, they are also very special. I don't know, difficult to describe. We are going now to the second part of our tour here in the lagunas. So in the first part there are 2 parking lots. We stopped in one to see some lagoons, and now we are going on the second. I mentioned before that the soil was special. There was some salt, and even the parts with no salt, I don't know if it's yeah, I think you can see it on the camera, but look, and there's a big space where the soil is like this, and when it's not like this, it's salt.
The sun is burning, but it's not too hot. We have 22 degrees maybe, so it's okay to wear a jacket.
Yeah, it's a little bit windy, so this helps with the heat, although we feel the sun very strong, but it's also a little bit windy, so it's okay. This is one of the lagoons we can see, but we cannot enter. And I just wanted to show the floor. Look at the floor, it's like dry and salty. I don't know, I never saw such a thing. And here's the lagoon. I'll go closer.
The water is super blue, so super beautiful. You can see to the ground, and obviously there are no fishes, there are no plants in the water because it's so salty.
Look at this. This is so crazy.
And as you can see, you see no one. We are the only people here now. So we saw some people leaving the lagoon, and now we are more or less alone here.
Yeah.
And it's super quiet.
As I said before, we can only swim in one of the lagoons, and here it is. We are completely alone now here. Even the guard that's working at this spot, she left now. Probably they are changing the shift, so soon someone else will come, but at the moment it's only us.
So I'm now standing in the lake, inside of the lake, and I have to say it's very cold. So I have to get used to the temperature at first, and then I will try to float a bit. But I'm not sure if this will be kept on the camera. Okay, so although we are in the middle of the desert, the water is pretty cold. So it took a while for me to enter the water completely. but now I'm really enjoying it. It's a very interesting feeling to just float here. You cannot really swim. You can just lay on your back. It feels a little bit like you would lay on a mattress, like these mattresses that are full with air. This is the feeling more or less. And yeah, really enjoying it. Could lay here all day long.
Without sunscreen.
Ah yeah, maybe I should leave.
Maybe not all day long.
Maybe 5 minutes. So now we are back on the way to our hotel. I was completely covered in salt, and back at the entrance there were some showers, and in these showers I only had 30 seconds, and there was even a person that was like checking